Hey everyone, welcome to the Build Your Belief podcast and YouTube show. I'm Lisa J. As you know, we've been moving through my mindset reset formula. And on this Build Your Belief show, we're talking about step number 5, create an organic plan of action. Ooh, I love that word organic. What does it mean to you? Organic, it means it's constantly evolving. It means you're in flow of that vision that you created from step number 4, craft your compelling vision. And it really means it's really a feeling of more trust. Yes, you have that vision that you crafted. You know what you want. You realize the feelings you want to be feeling on a consistent basis. You know the person you want to be and the person you're becoming to be. And so in step number 5, create an organic plan of action. You have that goal date. You have that plan of action. And you create it from the future, looking back. What do I mean by that? So you crafted that vision in last step, the last edition. What date was it? Was it 3 years in the future? 1 year in the future? Whatever it was, jump into your future and stand in the completion of your vision. There you are. There it is. There's the success completed. And as you stand in your future, whole and complete, the goal accomplished, the vision a reality, look back and tell me what had to happen 1 month before. What had to happen a year before that? What had to happen 2 years before that? Whatever was your goal date, stand in that future and look back. That's how you create an organic plan of action. So let's take the example of writing a best-selling book. Jump in that future and there it is. There's your international best-selling book. What had to happen a couple months before that? Your marketing plan was in full force. What happened before that? Your first country purchased your manuscript. What had to happen before that? You had to actually launch and debut your book. What had to happen before that? You had to get your book edited. What had to happen before that? You had to find a publisher or an agent who found a publisher for you. What had to happen before that? You had to write the book. What had to happen before that? See, you had to come up with the idea and the premise. What had to happen? So as you stand in the future, whole and complete, and work backwards, that's your organic plan of action. And you will start receiving, like I call them nudges, God winks. I call them, it's just inspiration. It's an inspired action. You'll just know what to do. This 5th step, create an organic plan of action, is very similar to a GPS, how a GPS works. You get in your car, you program that GPS for the destination of your choice, and immediately that GPS goes to work to create the fastest, the most flow, the easiest route for you to take. And notice, you don't get all the steps in one long spreadsheet. You don't have the voice of your GPS speak to you and tell you all those steps. No, what do you get? You only get step 1. And when you obey step 1, then step 2 comes and follows. Interesting. That's very similar to creating an organic plan of action. And you guys, this is counterintuitive. Too often we have to know. We have to know every step. We have to know all the objections of every step. We have to know all the possible failures of every step. And then we're creating in all that energy. It's so much more powerful to create in the energy of trust, in the energy of alignment, in the energy of inevitability. Like, I know what I want. Here's what I created that has to happen to create it. And then I let it go. And I get into flow. I just obey inspired action. And then the next step is presented. And you obey things that may not sound or feel rational sometimes. You might have an inclination to call someone and you're like, what does that have to do with me being a best-selling author or whatever is your goal? You obey it anyways. It's counterintuitive sometimes, maybe not counterintuitive, it's actually more intuitive. It's counter-logical. Let's speak it that way. But that creating that plan of action in that kind of flow and that type of energy, you are leaving room for this something better. So as you learned in last step, crafting your compelling vision, you say, I want this or something better. Leave room for the something better. You're actually leaving room for something that your human brain, with its potential, its limited potential, could not create. And in that supernatural realm, the duality of you, your spiritual nature that is infinite, is connected with all possibility. And so you are actually on a path that will surprise you. You will be aligned with serendipity, and you'll be in the right place at the right time. More coincidences will start occurring. I always talk about the fortuitous will be your middle name because you're not so regimented on your steps and you're not so much in your head. And this doesn't mean you get lazy. If anything, you guys, I promise you will be more motivated. You will be more inspired. You will take even more action because it is in taking those inspired actions that you start building your belief and cultivating your faith that, oh my gosh, I'm good at this. I'm invincible. This is happening. This is inevitable. Step number 5, create your organic plan of action. Jump in the future, ask yourself what had to happen last month, last quarter, last year. And then just be in the reality, in your imagination, in the reality of this happened. And just watch. You will get an inspired action. Obey that inspired action because then the next juicy step will be revealed to you. What a beautiful way to create and your delicious lifestyle. What a beautiful way to create and achieve your goals. So I trust that this formula has inspired you and you are ready and you are willing to, step 1, identify the duality of you. Yeah, you have a physical nature and a spiritual nature. Step number 2, adopt the 5 spiritual beliefs and start shifting more into your spiritual realm, more into spiritual thinking and believing. Step number 3, I love step number 3, let go. If you're having a challenge with even shifting into your spiritual realm, just let go. Just go for a run, go for a bike ride, take a nap, let go, release, say nothing, get in meditation, and just watch what comes from letting go. Step number 4, craft your compelling vision. And this vision is your best life in X amount of years or a certain amount of months. And write it out as a mantra, as a vision statement. And not just read it, but live it. Feel it viscerally in crafting your compelling vision. And then step number 5 of our mindset reset formula, create the organic plan of action and go. I can't wait to hear what you're creating, how exciting and exhilarating it is to create the supernatural in this way with this 5-step formula. Make it a great rest of the day, and I'll see you on the next Build Your Belief show.